Heidi. G'day everyone, it's Matthew Daw from Lawn Porn here. Today's video we're going to take you through the basics of the cylinder mower. And this video will be great if you're considering buying a cylinder mower for your garden to get that low cut golf course green look.
I'm still in my PJs.
You are still in your PJs.
That's alright.
Wave the camera.
And get your lawn on, folks.
Get your lawn on. Cylinder mowers cut differently to rotary mowers. Rotary mowers spin around a blade at high speed, and basically it hits the grass blade at high speed and impacts it. Doesn't actually cut it, it just slashes through it. So that will leave the grass blade a little bit, if you look at it real close, a bit jagged. Cylinder mowers actually have a reel and a bottom blade, and they will cut like a pair of scissors. So let's look at the components of the mower. This is a Mowmaster R22G. Fantastic mower if you're considering a cylinder mower. It is very, very high quality, made in Australia by Mowmaster in WA. Fantastic. Okay, so the first thing we've got at the front here, and I'm pointing to it with my foot here, baby, is the front roller. This one's got some groove rollers. The idea behind that is that the groove rollers will let the grass stand up a little bit more. You won't be able to see it behind here, but there's a little teasing brush behind here. I'll put a little shot in for that, and what the teasing brush does is that it will help stand up the grass blades. Not all mowers have that, obviously, but this one is fairly high end. Then we go to the reel, the cutting blade here, and this is a 10 blade. Commonly you'll get 6 blades. So a 10 blade reel will produce a finer cut, especially down low. You'll have some sort of engine, and here we've got the Honda GX120. That's a very reliable. An adjustment knob here, you can adjust it like so. I'm going to get that to full adjustment, which is about 28mm on this mower for a reason. And then you'll have some controls. This control here will engage the reel. This is the throttle, and this lever here is the lever to drive the mower forward. And how that's done is that there's a rear roller. This one is split, so you can turn it easily and not affect the grass. But that drum will basically push the mower forward when you engage it through this lever here. This mower will have a reel that engages with the bottom blade. The thing about this mower, and it's probably one of the disadvantages, is that it's a precise machine and it will constantly need adjustment. So you're cutting paper. The adjustments are here on this mower, and this will move the bottom blade towards the cylinder. So I've got one of those either side. It's a little bit fiddly on this one, but once it's locked in, it does very well. You'll also have a catcher. This one's quite a good one, being plastic. When it bumps into stuff, it isn't going to dent like a metal one, like the Scott Bonners are. And I've got a couple of hooks here to hook it onto the mower. Sometimes a bit fiddly, but there it goes. When you're first using a cylinder mower, what you'll do is you'll go through a run without the blades engaged, and just get a feel of the mower going up and down and how to turn. We'll go into that. Then once you get comfortable with that, with your mower set to the highest setting, and this is 28mm, go through and do some practice runs with the reel engaged. Then once you get used to that, you can take on the whole lawn and perhaps fine tune your adjustment of your cut. So let's turn it on. This one's pretty simple. I've got to make sure the fuel's on, so I'll do it like that. And the choke is on. This hasn't been started for a while, and I've got a little switch here, which I'll flick over, and hopefully she'll start up on choke. When she's warmed up a little bit, go to normal fuel. And when she's warmed up a little bit more, up your red.
So select an area of your lawn that can go up and down in 2 lines, and you're going to keep doing that. And what you're going to do first is do some runs to get used to the mower without using the reel. You're also going to be getting used to your turns, and we're going to go a little bit more into detail in that in just a moment. But what you want to do right now is just get used to how the mower goes and how much drive that you have to feather to get the speed that you are comfortable with. When it comes to turns, I release the drive just that little bit and raise the mower as I turn around, and then use the next line to mark my pass and go forward to do my next line. Now we'll look at the turn just in a little bit more slow-mo. I release the lever just a little bit, but I'm still going forward that little bit and raising the mower to turn around. And then I'm using the next line to mark my lines, and I also look at the front roller just to see where my position is to get my next line accurate. What you're going to do is go up and down this quite a number of times till you get used to the motion. And the aim is that you just want to be really smooth in what you do and how you go about it before you do any cutting. When you are cutting and you get to the end of the line, you have the option of stopping the cutter if you wish, but I don't, because raising it will lift that cutter so it's not cutting anything, and just get myself into the next position for the next line and then drop it slightly when I'm ready. You take your time here, it's not a race. Go up and down quite a number of times to get comfortable, and when you are feeling comfortable, now you're going to put the cutter in motion. Now remember, I've got this at 28mm, which is the highest cut of this mower, and you're not going to be cutting much here or anything at all really, and that's not a problem because now we're getting used to doing the same motion while using the cutter. So that cutter is obviously going to be in motion when you're doing the turns, and like I said before, you can shut off the cutter if you wish to. I don't, I just basically move the mower with the cutter up in the air so I don't cut any grass, adjust, and then go into my next line. So continue to practice on those two lines that you've designated, up and down, using the cutter at the highest height till you get comfortable with the motion. And then once you've done that quite a number of times and you're feeling good about it and you've got your turns down pat, you can look at lowering the reel to start cutting some of the grass. You'll notice already that the lines are developing. We haven't actually cut anything really yet, so that's because the roller is laying the grass over. So things that are rolled or mowed towards you, you'll notice that the line is darker, and if it's rolling away from you and being mowed away from you, obviously the line will be lighter. The sun reflecting on the blades in different directions creates the effect. Now you're ready to mow for real.
So how I mow my area is, well, usually I'll do an edger with a hard edger like the Ego edger. I like to do the edges first with the mower and then go into the main pattern. These two lines here that we've got already, that's because I've been going up and down many times. They may or may not be in line with the cut that I'm going to do, but we'll find out and see how we go.
So the first thing that I do is I do what's called an edge pass. It's going around the edge of your area first, and that just neatens up everything ready for the main pattern in the middle, and yeah, it looks very classy in my opinion. One thing you should do before mowing is to make sure it's clear of objects and debris, and I didn't actually do that. That was a sprinkler head that I had to put down that was stuck up. Okay, completing the edge pass. Right there, now I go into my main pattern, and I've decided to go up and down the lengthways of this pattern. So go up and down and obviously do the next line as you see it, but it was a little bit difficult here because these were really burnt in with my practicing and they didn't quite match up with my mow, but that will mature to the cut and become dark and light after a few cuts, no problems there. I finish off my cut with some of the little quirks of my lawn, paying attention to areas that I didn't quite get with the main cut, areas such as that, and areas just such as the other end here where I couldn't quite get to the grass at the end. I'll show you that bit in a moment.
Also with the cylinder mower, especially in a tight area like this, like tight corners, you can't get into everything. So this area here, you can see that I just can't get there because of the nature of the area. There's a border and there's a fence. So I'll need to come along with a weed whacker, whippersnipper, whatever you want to call it, or some rotary scissors. You can see there's a little bit of a lip because there again, I can't quite get into the area with the cylinder mower. So after doing your first cut, it's advisable to do a second cut, and that will define the lines even better. And you don't have to change the height of cut. Another good tip, I reckon, is you do one mow like this, then the next mow you might want to do the other way. And then when your grass really matures to the area, really matures to the cut, should I say, you can do things like crisscross patterns and all sorts. You don't have to change the height of cut. The roller does all the work for you.
Performing a second cut is something I always do because it will define the lines better, fix up any little mistakes, and it just looks neater in my opinion. Obviously this cut is going to go in the same direction of my lines because that's the lines that I want to define and neaten up and make better. But subsequent cuts on other days, you really want to change up the direction because you don't want to lay the grass blades over in the same direction all the time because that really affects the cut.
You see these lines are beautiful. It's here it goes a little bit funny because we did all that up and down, just testing the mower and getting used to it. But that will come with cuts in the future after some regrowth and mature to the cut of the blade. All right, let's tackle the Kikuyu at the back, which is really bumpy. We'll get a few lines, I think.
So here, this hasn't been mowed with the cylinder mower for a very long time. It's a little bit rough, and as you can see, the dogs got to it, but this is my full process. Edging with the hard edger, then whippersnipper, giving it a bit of a blow, and then getting into the cut with the cylinder mower, doing the edge pass first, and then going into the main pattern. So here I start. This is the edge pass, and it's going right around the edge of the border after I've done obviously all the hard edging and whippersnipping, etc. Then I start going into my main pattern up and down, and this is the direction that I've selected, and this will obviously make some lines and a nice cut. This is a 20mm cut of the Kikuyu, and it's doing quite well. Previously I've been looking after it with the Luba 2 mower, and there'll be a video about that shortly as well. Luba 2 mower had it at 25mm, and obviously this is a 20mm cut with the mower, and this is the clippings that I got nice and fine because of that 10 blade, and yeah, nice and green because I've been looking after it for the last few weeks. And there's the lines there. From the other angle it comes up a little bit better. So I hope you enjoyed my video today. I know cylinder mowers are very much wanted on a Lawnies list, and if you're interested in one, this video went over the basics of the cylinder mower and how to get your cylinder mower chops up, so to speak, and how to mow your area properly with the cylinder mower. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did get some value out of it, please like and subscribe. It helps me grow. And you have a great day. Get your lawn on, and we'll see you in the next one.